Hey everyone, Dogmatic71 here, and welcome to Dogmatic DIY. Today, I'm going to build a workbench for my small garage at my house. Space is limited in this garage, as it's only a one-car garage, and I wouldn't even call it a one-car. Like, I have a truck, and good luck me fitting this truck in this one-car garage. So I've been using it as a workspace. Now I have 3 garages I work in. If you've been watching any of my videos, my father-in-law's garage is a 2-car garage that doesn't fit any cars in it as well. It's just all tools. So that's a nice garage. I have a 21-foot by 20-foot garage at my cottage where I build things at my cottage. And you would have saw that at my pub table, part of my pub table design, and part of my, I think, my boat shelf design or whatever. That one's a little larger as well. This one here is much smaller, so I have to kind of make things fit in here. So I got to do organization now, and I'll probably do an organizational video showing how I'm slowly transforming this to cluttered to having everything where you need it and out of the way. So, but today is my bench. As you can see, I'm making an 8-foot bench, 96 inches, and I'm going to make it 36 inches tall. So to make it 36 inches tall, what I'm doing is, this isn't expensive either. So the top is going to be plywood, but it's a sanded plywood, so it's a smooth surface, and then I'll end up putting polyurethane on it to give it a little more durability. But I did 3/4 inch thick plywood, so I did the sanded plywood, and then I had them cut it down to 2 foot by 8 foot at the Home Depot. So you see this square here. Well, what I'm going to do is I'll probably make future videos there, but just like I said, since I'm limited in space, I don't really have a lot of room for a table saw, a router table, skill saw, or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. I'm not sure the dimension yet. I have to measure all my tools, but it's going to pop out and in, and then it'll clamp in the table. So it makes it, I'm going to put my saw in there, I'll put my jig saw in there, and I'll put a router in there, and they'll be all separate. I'm hoping it fits on a 12 by 12 piece, that it slides in, and then we're good. But I'll make separate videos on that, and then I'll make kind of shelves here to put my drill cases and stuff, and then I'll have some drawers in here. So, but just for phase 1, for our part 1, what you call it, I'm just going to make the table how you see it without the drawers and the shelving yet, and then that'll be in a different part, because I'll make something in here. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I'll make something for those there to fit in here in storage. And probably what I'll do as well is make a dust control little thing there, so that I can plug into those power tools to keep the dust down in this garage, especially in the winter when I have to keep it closed, right? I don't want the dust going everywhere. Once it's nice outside, then I have the garage door open, I can have a table outside. But let's go here. So what I've done is I want the top to be 36. So to be 36, my front legs are going to have the I and O is inside and outside. So the inside leg will be 32.5 inches. So, sorry, that should be outside. Sorry. My apologies. This should be the outside, the 32.5. Because the 32.5 will have a 2x4 on the outer ridge. That brings it up to 36. Now the inside will be 35.25, where the 3/4 inch plywood will sit on top, making that 36. So the front of this will be all flush. So you'll be able to slide it right over top, and everything's flush. Now the back of the bench, I want a lip. I'm going to have a 3/4 inch lip, so things don't roll behind the table, like my pencil or screws or anything don't roll behind the table, and then I lose them, and I have to try to move the tables to get it out. So that is going to show here as still. you're going to do 35 1/4 will still be, now this will be the inside, still be the inside, sorry, 30 be inside, so the 3/4 inch will make that 36, but the outside is now going to be 33 1/4. As you can see, it's 32 1/2. This will be 33 1/4. That way when I put my 2x4 on it to wrap it around, that'll be a 3/4 inch above the 36 now. That will give me a little bit of a lip. And I'm going to put a lip on this side as well, so things don't roll off this way. But this side I'm going to make it flush, because I'm going to have my router table and my saw and jig all on here. So I'm going to probably put a vise in a future project is here at the edge as well. So I want this flush so I can have my wood, if I'm going this way, to be able to not have a lip there. Okay, so I'm going to start making the legs, and then I'll show you my progress. So as you can see, I've cut a couple boards here, so I'm just showing you here. And I cut this, as you can see, and I'm going to glue them together, but I've left enough of a lip that it's going to, 2x4 is going to sit, and you want this. Okay, so I'm going to have this 3 feet, make it even, so the actual plywood is going to sit on top, so it'll be 3 feet 3/4 inch. That's going to be the total height of my table. Okay, now I like that height. I'm about 6 feet tall, so that's good for me. If you're shorter, you may want a little lower. It all depends. But I like a approximately 3 foot table. It's not too high. Like if you did 4 feet, then when you're placing wood and stuff like that, or doing things, your kind of arms aren't free in front of you. You want that where you can easily work without bending down, but also without your arms elevated as much, so it's comfortable working. So then what you do is you take away, so you got your 2x4 is actually 3 1/2. So you take your 3 1/2, and then you minus by the 3/4. So because you want your 2x4 to be that 3/4 inch above here as well. So 3 1/2, and then you minus the 3/4, right? So after you cut the two, then you just glue them together. I have one here that I've glued together now. Did this late last night before I got ate. And then you just clamp it together. It's probably already dried now, but I got 2 of them there, so that way now the 2x4 can sit on top of that. And then I can drill some holes here and bolt that together, and that'll create a sturdy frame. And then the plywood will sit on top of here, and then we'll have extra pieces of 2x4. Since these are only 3 foot and a little bit under 3 foot, I'll give you that measurement. Hold on, it's early in the morning, so my brain's not functioning yet. I have it written down. So, but that way the plywood can sit on top of here, and then you can run pieces of 2x4 along to strengthen the plywood, right? So it's not bouncy and stuff like that. And then you can literally, if you want, glue the plywood down if you never want to move it. Okay, so I'm going to go and finish the rest of the legs, and then we'll come back. Alright, so now I'm going to glue another leg together. As you can see, it's not glued together. Here's the 2 pieces. So get some wood glue. There you go, English. So then I'm going to put a bead here, and then I'm going to spread it out. I have to save, I forgot to get more rollers or whatever, so whatever you can to spread out the glue. I'm just going to use an old piece of barn wood there. It's got, almost looks like us. Actually, I could probably get a scraper and do it and smooth and smear it around. So let's try to open this up here. All right, and let's put some glue on here. don't want to be too cheap on it, right? Because you want it to stick properly. Well, let's see if this thing works. I used another piece earlier of something else, but it's spreading pretty good. Let's make sure you get it all the way to the ends here too. Sorry for the video, I'm trying to do a one hand here. Maybe I should make a stand here that allows me to actually go over top. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to spread it so I get glue all the way to the ends here too. Don't be afraid to add more glue if you need it to. So I'm gonna add more here. I just need both hands. I'll be right back. So, found an old roller. And for some reason we didn't throw it away. It's got old paint on it, but it's probably a few years old. So I did that, used that instead. Much better. Much better. So now I'm going to turn it over and then clamp it together. Hold on. Okay, so now you see I've got it clamped down. I'll add one more clamp in the middle, and then I'll do another one. Make sure you wipe the glue off. See here, there's some extra glue. Wipe that off whenever you see. So that's, or else you can scrape it off after it dries if you forget it. I try to wipe it off before, just so I'm not missing it and then go to put the 2x4 and it's kind of off kilter a little bit. So let's go and do the other one, and then we'll get ready to make the frame. Okay, a little update here. As you can see, I got the legs in here. Just got 4 right now, so I'm not going to worry about that 4. I'm going to put more in the middle here later on, but I just wanted to get the frame done. So as you can see here, the sun's a little bright, is this lip here is 3/4 inch higher than this. Let's see, try to get this lip here, because like I said, this will be the back, so it's going to sit 3/4 inch up so things don't roll off the back. Now this side as well, this side here is going to be level with this side so it doesn't roll off this way. Now this end here, I don't want it raised up. As you can see there, it's lower. It's flush with the front, as I don't want a lip on this side, because I'm probably going to put in phase 3 my router table. Make the router fit into here flush with the table. So now I'm going to brace down below. So to brace down below, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this 8-foot piece along the bottom, and then I'm going to do a little notch out. So because I'm going to have across this way too, I'm going to have 2x4s as well. So to maybe so they're even and level with each other, I have to do a notch out so they kind of go together like puzzles. So that end and this end I'm going to notch out, and then I'm going to notch out the bottom of the 2x4 going this way. Okay, so let me not do that and then I'll show you. So I'm going to update you now. As you can see, what I did here is I put this here and I notched it out so I can put a cross brace, and then I screwed the cross brace this way and this way to get a little more stability. I added 2 more legs in the middle here and a cross brace, and same with the end. So I haven't added anything underneath yet, but I haven't added any more screws to here yet. So what I want to do is I want to make sure this is in. So what I can do is I can screw this in, screw this down. That'll square off the whole thing, as this will be more square. I want to make everything square to this than squaring itself. So also, if you notice, when I push it down here, there's my lip here. But there's no lip here, see? So it's flush to the top. So I do have that little lip there, and that's going to stop things from rolling off. As you can see, I got the lip here too. Okay, all right, I'm gonna give you a little update. I did quite a bit since our last update. The last part here, I'll just show you how I notched these out, but I did put the 3/4 inch plywood now. See, so it's all the way down the whole length here. Nice and sturdy. So I also updated my drawing. The earlier, very original one, I showed you a bunch of drawers. So what I've done here is actually I put a drawer on each side. One's a little bit wider than the other, and then I have a little sitting shelf. I didn't put this one in, as I'll show you here. So what I have is I have 2 drawers. I have the one shelf here, and then I just have a little area underneath. Now, see, as you can see, that's why I didn't do this shelf over here, because I wanted it to hold, like, for my drills and jigs and all my cases. So as you can see, I don't have a lot of room here, so it wasn't worth it. I could have put a small one, but it wasn't worth it. Now, how I made the drawers, I did it quite simple. As you can see, I have it on a track, so I just put 2x4s across, so it's kind of a double purpose. So across it, so I screwed it in to brace it from this way, I don't know how you call it, perpendicular to the table. So I did that instead. So I figured, oh, since I have to do it anyways to give it more strength perpendicular, I might as well use it for my drawer track. So I just got the ones with the little wheels on it. This track, you can get them on Amazon. I'll try to give you the link in the description for this. And then you can screw it from underneath and from the side here. And then I just used 1/2 inch plywood on this. I'll show you. This one goes out about 24 inches. I do have a 3/4 inch here, and let's see, I'll try to pull it out without losing everything. And at the back, the reason I did that is that way I can screw the 1/2 inch into here as well. And if you look at the bottom, let's see if I can get the bottom, and I can go upwards. See, I can screw up. So everything except the ends is a 1/2 inch. So all this, sides, the bottom, are all 1/2 inch, and then the front and the back were 3/4. That way I can even glue this onto the 3/4, drill my hole for my drawer handles, and it was pretty easy. So I did the exact same for my larger drawer. What I'm going to do is I'll probably make a video on how I'm going to organize the drawers. But I did the same thing. See, I put a 2x4 for some stability. Now the difference is I lost a little bit of room by using a 2x4, but I got a pretty good deep drawer anyways, 24 inches deep, so it's pretty good. And this one's pretty wide, but it's pretty stable. I did the same thing, all 1/2 inch, except the front and the back was 3/4 inch. Now the only thing is when you do these tracks and you put a 2x4 on each side, you're going to put these first tracks, make sure they line up on each side on the 2x4, and then when you're measuring how wide to make your drawer, you have to subtract about 1/2 inch, right? Because you're going to put these tracks on each side, because if you make it too large, you won't be able to get the tracks on properly. If you make it too small, then it's not going to sit on the little rollers here, right? It'll just fall through. So you should measure it once you got the tracks on. Measure it from the 2x4 to 2x4 and subtract to 1/2 inch. And then what I did is I just took one of the pieces to make sure, and and that was it. So I think this was going to be, as you can see, I even put a piece of 1/2 inch here, just so things don't fall off into this side, because this side is going to be about 4 feet here from here to the end. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cyclone dust collecting system, and then I'm going to make little shelves for all my things that I'm putting in on my table, right? Because remember, I'm going to do like a 3-in-1. So I think this will be it for part 1 of just making the table. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell to be notified when I post another video, and we'll talk to you later.